Okay, here we go. Here's the notes. Notes, last part 3, the more challenging part, which you're ready to take on these type of problems. So we're doing what? Solving exponential equations. That means that you have equations that you're dealing with exponents, right? Solving exponential equations. And this is what? Part 3, right? We did part 1. We started with the easy ones, and yesterday was part 2. Or you did the assignment for part 2. Now it's part 3. Now you're ready for the big boy problems. You know what's a good thing about this? You're going to see all this again in Algebra 2. You're going to see it again in Algebra 2. So guess what? You learn it well now. When you see it again in Algebra 2, you're going to be all over it. Dean?
I have a question. Why do they make us take geometry before Algebra 2? I know. Like we have to. We don't have to.
You want to do geometry after Algebra 2?
No, just like. Why does it come before? Yeah.
It's because probably for geometry, you don't need too much of the Algebra 2. Algebra 2 is a little bit higher math concepts. Whereas geometry, you only really need to know how to like solve equations, and you don't need that much high math skills to do the geometry work. Yeah. And what? Oh, they probably failed Algebra 2, that's why. Okay, let's go. You're wasting my video. My film. All right, let's do the problems. Here we go. Let's solve these. Here we go. Solve. Number 1, we're just going to jump in here. Here it goes. Number 1. What you're going to see now are problems that look like this. 5 to the power of x plus 3 equals, does that scare you? No, you've seen that before. 5 to the power of x plus 3 equals this, 1 over 125. That part scares you. Yeah. Why? Because it's a fraction. Well, guess what? Don't let it bother you. Don't worry about this 1. As a matter of fact, you're just going to look at the base here, and you're going to look at the number here, and hopefully you can write these and have the bases to match. Would you guys agree that's going to be 5 to the power of x plus 3 equals 1 over what? 5 to the power of 3? Yeah. 125 is 5. You guys are familiar with that now. You see, we're going to get these bases to match. And why are you not going to worry that it's a fraction? Because now that you're working with bases and exponents, what could I do? Move it up. Just like if it was x to the power of 3, well, now instead of x, now there's a value here for x, or in this case it's 5. So now we're going to look at 5 to the power of x plus 3 equals 5 to the power of negative 3. See, so that 1 you're not going to have to worry about. Eventually, you're going to get back to like these problems here where you want to have the same base, get the bases to match, and once the bases match, well, you know what to do here, right? We solve this. We solve the expressions left up there on the exponents. Don't assume, don't predict, don't try to guesstimate. X plus 3 is equal to negative 3. How do you solve that? What happens when you move this positive 3 that way? It cancels out. Did everybody hear that? Did everybody hear that? Because you're assuming and predicting and guesstimating. No, don't do that. Stick with the steps. X is equal to? Negative 6 is the right final answer. So this is the new thing. The only thing new, honestly, is going to be this first part where you're going to see a fraction. And later we'll get 2, but you won't. You'll be good. What? Okay, number 2. Do I want that one right now? Now let's do this one. 16 to the power of 2m is equal to 1 over 4. Am I worried about the 1 over 4? No. Just look at the 4 and look at the 16. We're going to get a common base. Anybody? 4 is the common base? 4 is going to be the common base. So this one is, the 16 is 4 squared to the power of 2m, right? This 16, I changed it to the 4 squared, is equal to 1 over 4. What power does it have if it doesn't have one? So you got to see it. You got to see it that it's a 1. Because what? Why do I need to see it that it's a 1? Because now we're going to move it up. You guys agree? We're going to move this up. So something's going to happen here. Something's going to happen here. So this is going to be 4 to the power of? No, this part, this left side. 4 to the power of 4m is equal to, and now let's do this side. 4 to the power of -1. You see, once we get the bases to match, we are almost done, huh? Once these bases match, I don't care about the 4. I don't care what the base is. Oh, I didn't even copy it right. Yeah. We solved this, right? What do you get when you solve, or how do you solve 4m equals -1? Divide by, the answer is -4? Oh, I thought I heard -4. Divide by 4, divide by 4. Everybody going to see that it's going to be -1 over 4? Yeah. Okay. All right, let's pick it up. Number 3. Here we go. Now these look scary. They look intimidating. They look complicated. But if you know how to work with bases and exponents and stuff, this is not even that difficult. 1/8 to the power of -3n is equal to 64 to the power of n plus 3. What do you guys see here? What do you guys see here? Can we get these to match with bases right now, the numbers? This is going to be what? Well, this already has an 8, so let me leave it like that. But it's 1, 8, and do you guys agree that's a 1? The power is a 1. And I'm going to change this 64 to what? 8 squared, but I still got that n plus 3. You guys remember that stuff? Okay. Are we good up to there? Then it's going to be, I know what's going to happen here, but see, I'm not going to get the answer yet, but just set up the work. 8 to the power, I know I have to multiply this. You guys remember that? We have to distribute, but don't do it yet. Everybody agree we're going to have to distribute? But tell me what's going to happen here. That 8 to the power of a positive 1 is going to have to move up. So that's now going to be 8 to the power of a 1. -1, right? Remember, it's a positive 8 to the power of 1. But when that 1 moves up, it's a -1. And then that has a -3n like that. You guys see that? Is that good? Are we good? All right, that's it. What's left here? Tell me what's left here. 8 to the power of positive, right? Positive 3n. 8 to the positive 3n is equal to 8 to the, what's going to happen? What? 6n? No. Stop trying to guess. The 2 has to distribute. So that's going to be what? Everybody got 2n plus 6 now? Yeah. All right, we're good. And now that I got everything up here, no fractions anymore, and now that I got the bases to match, I don't need to look at the 8s. I just have to solve. You guys see how it's, you guys can finish it from there? What are we going to do? 3n is equal to 2n plus 6. What's the answer? N is equal to 6, right? -2 minus 2. N is equal to 6. Okay. All right. Number 4. 1 over 243. I know you've seen that number before. To the power of 3x. Something to some power is 343. 1 to the power of 243 is equal to 81. Oh, I like this one. None of these are giving you a hint of what the base is. What is it? It's going to be a number smaller than 81 and smaller than 243. How about 9? Doesn't 9 go into 81? 9 to the power of 1 is 81. 9 to the power of 2 is 81. 9 to the power of 3 is 729. Oh, it can't be 9. Has to be, guess what? A number less than 9. 3 is going to be your common base here you're going to want to work with. The common base is 3. So 81 is what? 3 to the power of 4. 81 is 3 to the power of 4. And I'm going to copy all this the same. But what's 343? I mean, did I copy it? 2 to the power of 5? I mean, 3 to the power of 5? Yeah, it's the 3. 3 goes into 3 to the power of 4. Is that? Okay. Now what? This 3 to the power of positive 5 moves up. What happens when that moves up? 3 to the power of negative 5. But what is that? What else is up there? Okay, we're almost there. What is it going to be? 3 to the power of negative 15x equals 3 to the power of 4. All right, so I already got the bases to match and everything's upstairs. There's no fractions. And you just need to solve this, whatever's left over there. Solve. What? How do you solve negative 15x equals 4? So x is equal to negative 4 over. Can that reduce? No. That's it. That's the answer. Okay, last two, you're going to see the ones that have fractions on both. Yeah? It's not difficult, huh? We get it? You guys know what to do? Okay, 5. One over 4 n is equal to, 1/4 to the power of n in parentheses equal to, this one's going to be easy. They both have a fraction. I don't care. We're going to look at the bottom number anyway. What do you think is going to be the common base? 4. 4 can go into 64? How many?
3.
Yeah? Correct. So this is 1, and that's 4 to the power of 1. And this is going to be 1 and 4 to the power of 3, you say? Like that? Yeah. Then what? This one moves up and this one moves up, right? They both move up. Yeah, that's how you do it. So that's going to be... Can we just put 4 negative n? Is that going to be too much for you guys? You guys can handle that? Why that's 4 negative n? Is equal to what? Yeah. Well, anybody? Negative n is equal to negative 3. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, n is equal to... You know how to handle it when you see a fraction, then that's it. It'll be 1 over something. Okay, last one. 6. Okay, 1 over 16 raised to the power of 2x is equal to 1 over 32. What's the common base? 16. 16 to the power of 1 is 16. 16 to the power of 2 is 32. Oh, yeah? Let me see. 16 to the power of 2. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. 16 times 2. No. So it's not 16. How about 4? 4 can go into 16. 4 to the power of 2 is 16. Oh, but 4 does not. 4 does not go into 32. So what is it going to be? 2. Careful. So that's going to be 1 over 2 to the power of 4. Raised to the power of 2x. 16 is 2 to the power of 4. Yeah. Is equal to 1 over, what's 32? 2 to the power of 5. Correct. All right. So we're going to get 2 to the power of negative, oh yeah, this is going to move up. 2 to the power of negative 4 raised to the 2x is equal to, and then this has got to move up too, right? So it's going to be 2 to the power of what? Did you guys get that? Is that right? Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, so then we're left with 2. Negative 8x equals 2. Negative 5? Okay, I got these to match. Once I got these to match, I'm done here. I work up here. Solve this. Easy money right here. Negative 8x equals negative 5. What is it? X equals? Okay, you got it. I told you already knew like 90% of it, probably even more. Okay, you are good to go.